good evening. Welcome out to Bill Greehey Arena in San Antonio, Texas, the Buddy and Anna Meyer Court for the start of the 2019-2020 college basketball season. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Andrew Stossmeister. Welcome inside. We're glad to have you with us here tonight as the St. Mary's Rattlers welcome in the Schreiner Mountaineers for this non-conference battle. These two teams used to play each other all the time, but it's been a long time. One school, the Schreiner Mountaineers, they are a Division III team these days. St. Mary's, they're up in the D2 ranks in a new conference, and what a start to the new conference it has been for 15th-year head coach Jim Zelznick. His team is 4-2, and they picked up two big road conference wins a week ago in the Lone Star Conference in their debut at Texas A&M Commerce and UT Tyler. Starting lineups getting a chance to be introduced. Let's go ahead and meet them as well. The folks that you see right now are in the maroons. Those are the Schreiner Mountaineers. Marwin El-Karabaroy is the head coach. Alex DeHios is his point guard out of Friendswood, Texas, a 6-foot sophomore. We'll see number 32, Matthew Rindall. Josh Berry will float around as well, along with Aries Frederick. He's a freshman out of the San Antonio area in his time. He's a talent. And then Gabriel Riekert, the senior from College Station, part of the guard-oriented lineup. Schreiner this season, they are 1-4 in the CCAC. Marwin Arakawabi is the first-year coach. He's the man in the suit and tie. It's been a while since Schreiner has been here. In fact, you got to go back to 2007. This will be the third meeting ever here at Bill Greehey Arena. The head coach for the St. Mary's Rattlers, longtime fella Jim Zelznick. He's the older gentleman that you can see off beyond in the distance, but his starting group, they're excited to be at home for the first time here in 2019. Starting five looks like this. Returning all-conference player a year ago in the Heartland, the freshman of the year, Caleb Jordan. He's playing the two-guard these days. He's a 6-foot sophomore out of Midlothian, Texas. Marquise Houston, what a talent Marquise has been in his time. You know, banged up at times down the stretch last year, but the 6'4" senior ready for an exciting campaign out of Houston, Texas. Kobe McGee is a new player for the Rattlers in 2019. Transfer from UTEP, but he played his high school ball locally out of Brandeis High School. Returning player Lamont Traylor is in the starting lineup tonight, the 6'6" senior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Lamont was a fire a season ago in home games. Matej Gaspard will also be out there. Matej takes over for Radikevic's spot in the middle. He's the 6'11" senior out of Croatia. Started at Odessa Community College, went to Lamar State, and now he is in there for the Rattlers. As the last man, Lamont Traylor, able to join the huddle. These Rattlers are excited to be home. They've been away for the first 6 times. We'll take a quick timeout when we come back. Opening tip coming up next between Schreiner and St. Mary's.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
Back here at Bill Greehey Arena, ready to go for the opening tip. It is one. St. Mary's will start with it first. They're in the white jerseys, the white shorts, maroons for the Schreiner Mountaineers. Played up top, talent up there for Kobe McGee. Caleb Jordan getting his first hands, works his way down the lane. This St. Mary's group, they like to move the ball around. It's a mix and match of new guys. You know, the tall guys that look familiar, number 40 in white, 45. And also you look around, number 4. And the man inbounding at number 1, Caleb Jordan, all back from a year ago. As the Rattlers have it, they'll throw it into the backcourt. Just underway here in the opening half. Here from Bill Greehey Arena. Kobe lead to work. Top of the key, gets a screen, steps up, elbow left, jumper is short. Rebound deflected out. Schreiner's got it for the first time. They will come left to right for those viewing here online, here on the St. Mary's Rattler Network. Schreiner with some talent. You know, this is a team that just hasn't really gotten their shooting going the way that they would like to, as that is thrown at the feet and out of bounds. It was off of Caleb Jordan. It stays here in the end to our right with Schreiner. 15 on the shot clock. Just underway here in the first 41 seconds of action from Bill Greehey Arena in the home opener for the St. Mary's Rattler. Top of the key left. looking for something to cut down low, and that's going to be too many steps. It'll be a turnover for the visiting Mountaineers. 1-4 on their season. They took on St. Ed's a couple of weeks ago and did not have a great showing, but then again, St. Ed's picked second in the Lone Star this year, had their best run in school history a year ago. They've got just about everybody back. St. Mary's looking to break the scoring ice. A minute gone by here from Bill Greehey Arena at half number 1. Gaspard around to the right side. Houston for 3 is up and is good. Marquise picking up right where he left off from a year ago, and the Rattlers start 3-0. The 2019 Rattlers have done a much, much better job shooting the rock here in the first 6 games. Big reason why they're 4-2. A couple of road victories. Alex De Hoyos kicks it around to the right. 3-point try. Reichert is up, no good. Rebound, St. Mary's. Lamont Trailers got it out front. And the Rattlers come back with it for their 3rd possession of the game. They lead it 3-0. Kobe Lee out to Gaspard. He can pull out from there. 3-pointer rattles, and it is good. The 6'11 senior out of Croatia knocks down the triple, and the Rattlers have a 6-0 lead here in the first half from Bill Greehey Arena in San Antonio. Good hook pass behind that time. Rindall for 3, rims up and out. Caleb Jordan the rebound, and the Rattlers with a 6-0 advantage have hit a couple of threes here in the early going on the offensive end. Houston lobs it down low, poor pass, turnover, taken away on the other end as Frederick will slow it down with Josh Berry as that one goes out of bounds in front of the St. Mary's bench. It is off of Schreiner. It was 17:53 to play in this first half. Rattlers maintain a 6-point edge. Officially, this is the 60th meeting all time. Rattlers have won 49 of them. This series is one of the oldest in Rattler history. It goes back to 1925. But this is the first time these two teams have seen each other since 2007. And the Rattlers go back. They won that match. They, in fact, have won 9 in a row. Most of these kids for Schreiner weren't alive the last time the Mountaineers won a basketball game against St. Mary's. 6-0, 17:38 to play. Houston, spot up 3, left corner is up, and it's good. Marquise Houston hits a 3, and the Rattlers are 3 of 5 from downtown to open this basketball game. 9-0 here from Bill Greehey Arena on Buddy and Anna Meyer Court in San Antonio. Lob to the left side, looking for some space. Frederick, not a lot of room. Back to Wells. Kick it back around to the corner left for 3. It is up, and it is good. Matthew Rindall, the junior out of Kyle, Texas, by way of Hayes High School, gets Schreiner on the board with 17:09 to play here in the first half. It's 9-3. St. Mary's in front as we get a reach-in foul committed at the top of the arc. It is on Schreiner. Time, I'll get number 14, Paul Wells, the senior out of Austin, Texas, started and moved around a little bit before landing in Schreiner. Again, Schreiner University not too far away from here, just about 60 miles or so, 62 to be exact, up there in Kerrville. It's been a junior college, a Division III college, though, most recently after joining the SCAC conference back in 2005. Here's Gaspard working one-on-one, inside turns, can't get it to go. A good job defensively there by Rindall, a 6'4" freshman. St. Mary's much bigger with their size, trying to use that advantage. Gaspard, good defense underneath. Better offense, though, as the shot is up and in. Paul Wells gets the field goal, and it's a 5-0 run following 9 in a row to St. Mary's here in the opening half. Lob down to Traylor. Lamont, good move to his right, but it's an offensive foul, and the senior out of Las Vegas on his way back to the up court. That'll be a turnover for St. Mary's. Rattlers 4-2 on the season. They have 2 Lone Star Conference victories. This is a non-conference matchup, but it is also their home opener where they have been up and down. Really, the last couple of years hasn't been real good, in all honesty, for Coach Z, and he knows that. Injuries have been a big part of that. You know, last year's stretch, we don't talk about that a whole lot around here. It's on to the new and the next year for 2019. Working his way through the screen is De Hoyos as he loses the basketball. Tried to cross Caleb Jordan. Bad idea. Turnover. And the Rattlers maintain their advantage. 4 points, 9-5. Here at the 16-13 mark of the first half. The Rattlers' Lone Star Conference victories a week ago against Commerce, who was picked 3rd in the conference. Big road win that St. Mary's came up with as Traylor works it down low. Houston's shot is up, and I beg your pardon, that's the other big fella that we don't see a lot of these days. That's Kurtlon Wesley. Welcome back, Kurtlon. Good to see you. Just under 16 minutes, though. We've reached our first time out of the half. We'll go ahead and take a side. It's 11-5. St. Mary's leading the Schreiner Mountaineers. This is St. Mary's men's basketball on the Lone Star Conference Network.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
15:59 to play here in the opening half. It's 11-5. St. Mary's after a good start. They've hit 3 triples. They've gotten the ball inside and then worked it back around as the Rattlers in their home opener here tonight from Bill Greehey Arena. Hey fans, the St. Mary's Rattlers, they'd like to thank Raising Cane's, the official chicken finger of Rattler Athletics. You can treat yourself after the game by heading to their restaurant located at 7020 Bandera Road in the Leon Valley. Matej Gaspert's second shot of the game is no good. Rebounded away by Gabriel Reichert. He's got it up court. Schreiner has not led. It was 9-0 St. Mary's as we get a traveling call. Third turnover of the game by Schreiner as St. Mary's goes to the bench for the first time. And they will go ahead and get Dylan Eisenhower, the sophomore of Abilene, Texas, by way of Wiley High School. He'll get his first minutes of the game wearing number 21 in white. St. Mary's bringing out those whites. They did not have those a lot a year ago. In fact, I think one time, if memory serves correct, for Coach Z sitting on the bench with his longtime assistant and Bubba Meyer. Bubba's been there a long time. Love talking with Bubba. He's always got the insight. Coach Z's rather quiet these days, but you know, Bubba has done a good job. He runs as much of the team as Coach Z would like as that ball is heading towards the sideline. 8 on the shot clock. Houston saves it. Caleb Jordan with 5. Drives out the left wing. Bounces it down low. Eisenhower head fake once, twice. A third time the shot is up. It is good. Count it and a foul. And Eisenhower's first 2 of the game going to the line for one more as the Rattlers lead it 13-5 here in the first half. Good start for St. Mary's here on their home floor. Got a lot of folks that have made their way down. Also, Schreiner has traveled well. Getting 62 miles up the road as Eisenhower's free throw is up and good. And the Rattlers push back ahead in comfort. Up by 9 points here with 15:07 to play in half number 1. Ball lobbed down low. Schreiner hasn't gotten a lot working down there yet as that shot in front of Wesley is up and good. Give 2 points to Matthew Rindall, the junior out of Kyle, Texas. Second bucket for him here in this basketball game. 7-point advantage by St. Mary's. 14:50 to play here in the first half. Drive underneath. They get it down to Eisenhower. Picks it back out to Jordan, who's been shooting it a lot lately, but down right now at the moment. As the lob goes down to Wesley, block left, spins to his left shoulder, shot is up, the left-handed shot is up and good from the senior out of Houston. And it's 16-7 Rattlers. Good job down there by Wesley being patient. Kurtline got in and out of the fold last season, was injured, had some grade problems, and just never really got into much of a flow for the Rattlers a year ago, as that's a turnover out of bounds. Schreiner stepped out of bounds that time off the edge of Aries Frederick, the freshman out of San Antonio. Played his high school ball not far away from here. Veterans Memorial High School here in the area. 16-7. St. Mary's in front. Clock at 14:15 and ticking in the first half. As Lee drives it wide open. Caleb Jordan for 3 is good. And the Rattlers have their 4th triple of the first half. And it's 19-7. St. Mary's, their large lead of the game. They opened on a 9-0 run before Schreiner got on the board 3 minutes and change in. There's a nice fancy finish at the other end. Alex De Hoyos with that make. Gets it back to a 10-point game, but the Rattlers, there's just something different about them. I mean, you look at them on paper, and then you watch them on film a little bit. If you check online, do some different things and see what the Rattlers are about. As Houston swishes another 3 right through, that's the big difference that is very evident. 5 threes here in this first half for St. Mary's. They are feeling it from downtown. A lot of good things are going their direction as that ball goes out of bounds. Caleb Jordan, good ball pressure out there in front of his own bench on Alex De Hoyos. As Schreiner will make wholesale changes. They'll go into the bench, and Tim Magna, a sophomore out of Plano, will come in. Also get a couple of minutes out there for Barry, who checks back into the basketball game. Chase Pinter as well, a junior out of Round Rock, getting his first minutes for the folks in maroon. 22-9, Rattlers in front by the 13-point advantage. Spin move inside the lane. Wells, no good. Rebound, Caleb Jordan, his third. Caleb will push the sophomore to Midlothian just outside the Dallas area. Down to the baseline, leans in. He's stripped with his right hand, gets the ball back, throws it to the cutter. Kirtland Wesley, the shot is up. It is no good. And a foul is called. 2 shots underneath for the St. Mary's Rattlers. Well, the Rattlers know that they can push it when their opportunity presents itself. It's one of those things they've continued to work on in their time. As Kirtland to the line, the left-hander, the first one is up, and it is no good. At the line this season, 64%. That's a number that Coach Z would like to see come up. And, first thing I said when I saw Coach Zelznick is, we said, hey, Coach, congratulations on your first 4 wins. You guys played well, getting those Lone Star Conference victories. He said, Andrew, we've played okay. We've done a good job. We're hustling, doing a better job in some spots, but it's also one of those things that, they'd like to see him do a little bit better and improve upon. As Kirtland getting something on his right eyebrow patched up right now on the bench. The official getting over and making sure he's all right. Our head ref tonight is Randall Anders, Dion Dowell, and Ruben Ramos are the umpires here tonight at Bill Greehey Arena. One more free throw for Kirtland. He missed his first. 13-point advantage. Rattlers jump out 9-0. As the second toss is up by the left-hander out of Las Vegas, Nevada. It is good. He'll check out. Emmanuel Ouzier will check in. The freshman out of right here in San Antonio. Another one of the new bodies that brings a lot of talent. And, I remember talking really about this time last year. It was about a month later. Bubba Meyer and I were talking about who's coming up next because everybody was injured, it seemed like, at that time. He said, Andrew, just wait. We got some local kids, but we got a lot of talent coming in. 3-pointer in the left corner is an airmail by Pinter. Rebound, Eisenhower. Here comes St. Mary's. They push it in the white jerseys. Their advantage is 14. 3-pointer, make it 17. It's no good. Eisenhower, the offensive rebound. The putback is up. It is good. Count it in a foul as Dylan Eisenhower chasing down the loose basketball, lays it up and in. And the Rattlers increase their lead to 16 here in this first half. 12:41 to play. As they'll get another substitution, Rattlers go to the bench. And they'll go get Jerron Presley, freshman out of Katy, Texas, Cinco Ranch High School. Again, that's another one of the players that Coach Z excited about, has found some more minutes here as of late, especially with some injuries. There have been, again, that's been all too popular a word, is the bonus free throw by Eisenhower is good. Advantage runs to 17 points. Rattlers here on their home court against Division III Schreiner. But you just look at that. There have been guys that have been forced in, some more freshmen that maybe weren't going to play as key in minutes early, but they've had to step in and see what they can do. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ball deflected around. Mountaineers with it. Urbina kicks it out for 3. The shot is up, and that is good as Paul Wells, the senior out of Austin, knocks it down, and it's now a 14-point advantage. Second 3 of the game by Schreiner. Working up to the lead, back to Eisenhower. The sophomore lowers it down low into the box, looking for some space. So Ouzier in trouble, has to give it back out. I don't like the look that's down there as Kobe McGee, the transfer out of UTEP, in the San Antonio area with it. Steps up on the right wing for a 3, and he drains it. The 6th triple of the first half for the Rattlers. They lead it 29-12. They have not trailed here in this basketball game. Now the new fellas are showing and showing well. Talked to some of them before the game. He said, hey, Andrew, it's good to be back home. Good to see you. What's new? And they're excited to be back home as that pass finds its way inside. Nice finish underneath by Wells. The assist up top from Tim Manaya. Lead down to 15 points. Rattlers in front. As that one skipped out beautifully. Presley for 3. Are you kidding me? 7 threes for the Rattlers in their home opener. They have just about double up Schreiner. And you look at head coach Marwin Elkarabaway down there on the sideline, just kind of moving that tie back and forth. He's a little bit more disappointed as his defense has not been real good. That point inside, though, from Matthew Rindahl is a nice answer. The 6'6 junior with another bucket. He's had himself a game. He's got 7 points for the visitors out of Kerrville. 32-16. Rattlers in front right now as Lee lobs it underneath. Doesn't get the look he wants. Ball flushed back out. Eisenhower, top of the key for three, and it's good. Even Coach Z over there is going, let's see what's up. And Coach Bubba Meyer saying, hey, come on, let's get out there and play some defense. 8 threes in this first half, I believe, for St. Mary's. Try to get stats as they appear to us. Not working at the moment, but we'll get out there. Ball in the right perimeter. Schreiner looking for a quick three off the front of the lip. Nothing there for Wells. Rebounded underneath. St. Mary's another board. Ozier has got it. Halfway through the opening half, we get a foul out on the perimeter, and St. Mary's will have two free throws, it looks like, when we come back on the other side of this timeout. 10:01 to play. Rattlers 35, Schreiner 16. We'll take a timeout. You're watching college basketball here at St. Mary's University on the Lone Star Conference Network.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Rattlers by 19 with 10:01 to play here in this first half from Bill Greehey Arena. Hey fans, stop by one of the 5 conveniently located Jason's Deli restaurants for a fresh, affordable meal anytime. Don't forget about the free ice cream. Also, Jason's Deli is happy to fulfill any and all catering needs with as little as same-day notice. Jason's Deli, the official sandwich of St. Mary's Athletics. Rattlers with the basketball in the lead have exploded from downtown. They are hitting threes all over the place, 8 of them in this first half. Everybody getting involved in it, too. It hasn't been just one guy. It's been contagious. You see the ball go in. That rim looks like a hula hoop at this point. And the Rattlers, after starting with a 9-0 lead, have not trailed in this basketball game. Jordan tripping over Ouzier, gets the ball back out there. Teammate to teammate. Presley's got it underneath. And the finish to the freshman, Emmanuel Ouzier, right here in San Antonio for his first bucket at Bill Greehey Arena, 37-16. Schreiner trying to get some offense going. They've hit a couple of threes on their own, but some turnovers haven't helped their cause. That ball inside and rejected away. The 6'7" Ouzier knocked it away. Three-pointer is up. It is no good in the right corner. Rattlers have the rebound, off to the races with Presley. He slows it up for Eisenhower. Caleb Jordan's by himself on the left wing for 3. It is up. It is no good. Rebound underneath by the Schreiner Mountaineers. Good job by Schreiner getting back and taking care of business with that one. Corner left. Alex De Hoyos with it. The Mountaineers on the season have had their moments, and turnovers have been a part of it. They've struggled to shoot the ball. They've had some turnovers. I mean, it's just one of those things that Coach Rockabawe has struggled to just kind of get all in there and on the same page. It's slower going than he would like, but he's working his way around to try to make some positive things. As Noah Lang will check in for the first time. Houston goes out. Laying out there to get some time in. Saw Noah play a little bit. The sophomore now out of Bernie Champion High School, not too far up the road from here. Rattlers with it. Lang looking underneath, trying to get it down to Ouzier. Good ball fake inside off the left block. Shot is up. It is no good. Rebound defensive by Schreiner, and they've got it out up court. Good job out there hustling the court by Bronson Evans, beg your pardon, who's out there for his first minutes of this game. 8:37 and ticking. Rattlers by 21 points. Up on the right wing, Eisenhower with it. And Rattlers will mix and match, and Ouzier on a switch steals the ball away and has it back for St. Mary's. Good job by the Rattlers slowing it up. There's 3 new bodies set to check in the next stoppage of play. Got the 4 timeouts here in the first half as that one goes out of bounds. That's I believe, the second turnover of the game for St. Mary's. Lang tried to find Eisenhower in the corner and missed him as Out goes Awuzie. Back into the game comes Lamont Traylor, senior out of Las Vegas. Transferred in a year ago from Arizona Western, and he's a flyer, man. He's got some hops. He'll play in the post. Not a big guy. Honestly, undersized by about 4 inches as that ball is sent to the baseline and out of bounds it goes. Turnover, Schreiner again. I continue to have trouble trying to work on those give and goes underneath, just not available, at least to this point. As Gaspert set to check back in, he'll come in. Eisenhower goes out. You know, we saw Dylan last year played a lot more of that 3 guard and was open to shoot a lot more threes. In 2019, it's a lot more Caleb Jordan's coming off the ball, not having to handle as much, especially with Kobe McGee, who, when he has been out there, Caleb's been more of the shooting guard, and Caleb has had that show at least at this point. Jordan with it right now. 37-16, crosses over, out to the right wing for 3. A rare miss by Presley, and that ball is out of bounds. It'll go back to Schreiner and the Mountaineers. Hey fans, today's game is presented by Star Shuttle and Charter, the exclusive transportation provider of St. Mary's Athletics. Star Shuttle and Charter, they go the distance for you. Timeout on the court with 7:44 to play. St. Mary's 37, Schreiner University 16. We'll take a timeout here on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Champions
You guys have the
know
score?
how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Out of the timeout, it's a Schreiner turnover. They've had a lot of those here in this first half. In fact, you look back at it as it would see right now, that is the 11th Schreiner turnover. Hey fans, you can shop Nike for running, training, basketball, and more. Shop Nike.com for the ultimate selection of shoes, clothing, and apparel. Free shipping for members plus 30-day returns. Nike, just do it. Good start for the Rattlers here in their home debut in 2019. Got some new faces out there, but underneath it's Lamont Traylor, who got knocked off his spot, called for the carry. He'll turn the ball over. That's turnover number 4 on Jim Zelznick's team. The 5 out there that are running around: Noah Lang, Lamont Traylor, Matej Gaspert, also a nuke fella number 12, Jerron Presley, freshman out of Katy, Texas. Caleb Jordan on ball right now as Schreiner trying to get something going. Again, a lot of no-look stuff as a blocking foul is called underneath Lamont Traylor. Rattlers red hot from downtown, as we talked about. 8 of 11 shooting from Triple Land. They opened the game on a 9-0 run, and they've really had their way in this game. 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes on the other side for Schreiner U. Up top, Hutchinson in for the first time. Alex De Hoyos will move the ball back around the arc. Again, this Schreiner basketball team averaging in the mid-70s. Kick another 3 up. That's up. Air ball, nothing home, and that's out of bounds. And, you know, I guess you want to point to it, one stat in the game. Schreiner is 2 of 8 from downtown. St. Mary's 8 of 11. But the 10 turnovers, that's not helping either for Coach Arakabawe's team, the first-year head coach. 6:55 to play here in this first half. 37-16 Rattlers. Again, multiple people out there in front. Top of the leaderboard, Houston's got 9. Eisenhower has hit a couple of threes in this game as well. Been the top scorers in this game as Presley moves around Noah Lang. Lob to the 6'11 Gaspert. Matej inside, misses. Can't get his own rebound. Good defense by Schreiner. For Matej, you look at Coach Z and Bubba Meyer on the bench go, come on. You got to have that one, as that 3 is up and in. And old coaches will tell you that's a 6-point swing right there as that shot is drained off of the edge. Good hook by Frederick as he gets his first triple of the game as the freshman called for a turnover. Jerron Presley, 6'1" freshman out of Katy by way of Cinco Ranch High School. And Coach Z now a little bit more uncomfortable as he gets off of his seat. His team has shot lights out, 13 of 22 from the field, including 8 of 11 from downtown. The other side, Schreiner's still shooting the ball all right. They're at 50% from the field, but 3 of 9 from downtown. Out of the turnover, Schreiner takes over. Attacking in the half court to our right. Back out there is Kobe McGee, and he fouls. Kobe just trying to stay in front, and that's a quick first step by Frederick. Again, he was a guy that looked at St. Mary's, but, coaches saw him, said, no, we're kind of full right now with what we like at guard. And St. Mary's got a couple of really, really good ones. Caleb Jordan, who was the freshman of the year in the Heartland in its final and 20th season a year ago. And then a transfer, Kobe McGee, who was at UTEP a year ago. With all the changes going on out there, I think he was getting ready to come back home. He said, I love San Antonio. How about playing for Coach Z and Coach Meyer? It'd be a lot of fun. As that second free throw is not good. 1 for 2 at the line. Rebound Gaspard. St. Mary's to work. They lead it by 17. The lead has been as big as 24 here in this one as big fella Kirtlon Wesley, who's got an eyebrow taped up, it's gone for the offensive foul. That's a third of those. That goes down as another turnover. So the Rattlers now with 3 turnovers in the last 90 seconds or so. That's not what they want. 4 of them in the last 3:40 here and counting. Looking for the bucket. Haven't scored in 4 minutes. Now when you hit 8 threes in the first 10, maybe that's getting a little greedy. Schreiner with it. 5:40 to play here in this first half. They have not led. They've been down double figures most of the game as that one is blocked away, but a foul is called as they get Wesley underneath. Kirtlon thought he had the ball cleanly. He did not. Team foul, number 5 on the Rattlers. Both teams right now at 5 against still men. Go back, though, a couple of differences, men's and women. You get the 7 for 1-on-1. Women's game, you get 4 10-minute halves, as it would sit, as that free throw is up and good. Schreiner is a team 2 of 3 at the line. So Hoyos made 1 earlier. Frederick made 1 of his 2. And now Alex De Hoyos, 1 of 1 on the evening. Second free throw toss is good. 16-point game. Rattlers looking for some points. It's been a little while since they've scored. It's 6 in a row to the Schreiner Mountaineers. Kobe McGee with it, attacking half court left. Crossover move, throws it to the seats, and that's a turnover. As there's Lee trying to get on pace, or McGee, trying to get on pace with the freshman Emmanuel Awuzie. Awuzie was cutting, and McGee thought he was staying. Rattlers got to clean it up. 37-22. Schreiner starting to get some life to their game. They've got 6 in a row right now. Left side, the hot hand has been Frederick. Frederick calling for a ball high screen, doesn't get it. Instead, he skips it weak side left. 9 on the shot clock. Ball high, Wells drives, kicks it back, corner left, 3-pointer is up. Frederick, no good. Rebound, St. Mary's. Marquise Houston has got it up to McGee in transition. McGee kicks it back out. Caleb Jordan, another end for 3 in the left corner is no good. Good box out by Schreiner. They've got the board and the rebound. Chase Pinter has got it back. Rattlers are cold in the last 5 minutes with 0 points. On the baseline, looking for some room is Frederick. Gives it back out to the perimeter, straight up for 3. Pinter is up, rims up and out, and a rebound. Matej Gaspard has another board for himself as he turns the ball over to the other end. Rattlers trying to go too fast. This Coach Bubba Meyer in the first chair at the end there, just kind of looking on and starting to get a little bit worried. You can see it, and he said, look, Andrew, it's good to be home, but doesn't even feel like it. We've been on the road so long, and we're getting up and going on the road again after this eventually. Rattlers actually have a little bit of a mini break coming their way here for this Thanksgiving break. They're not playing games here this weekend. Something they've always typically done is Gaspard gambles for the steal, doesn't get it. Schreiner with the basketball, trying to play from behind by 20+. They hit another 3. That's going to help their cause. It's a 12-point game. Is that one knocked down by De Hoyos. He's got 7, 37-25. McGee with it. Screen up top from Gaspard. Down the lane, back out to Matej for 3. It is good. Matej Gaspard big fella with 6 points and a couple of rebounds. And a 15-point lead restored. It has been as wide as 21 here in this basketball game for the Rattlers. No lead in the game for Schreiner. St. Mary's went out 9-0. Left wing three-pointer is up. That one got some height behind it. Paul Wells gives his team their 5th three of the game. Back to a 12-point game. 3:30 to play here in this first half. Caleb Jordan saying, hey, come on now. Let's keep running the offense, trying to keep running those screens high. Here's the ball screen high. Out to McGee, turns the corner right, pulls up for three. It's on its way, and it's good for the 10th three-pointer of the first half for the Rattlers. Wow. Talking about home cooking right here at Bill Greehey Arena. A little bit of dust and love onto the court, and Butta and Anna Meyer court here this evening. Give and go underneath. Gaspert late on the rotation, recovers well. Good to be 6'11". Ball is free. Houston on the deck. Fires it and throws it off of the hands underneath of Josh Berry, and the Rattlers will get it back. Timeout on the court with 2:58 to play in this first half. Rattlers by 15, 43-28. You're watching Rattler basketball here on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Before the storm rolls in, expect the KSAT Storm Chaser to be rolling out. With our new mobile weather station, expect live storm tracking from both our studio and the road.
Expect updates and warnings straight from the storm.
And on KSAT.com, expect our roof cam to be streaming live. Protect your family with a new level of local team coverage. Your weather authority, KSAT 12 and the Storm Chaser. Expect more.
To play. We're in the first half here at Bill Greehey Arena. Rattlers with a 43-28 advantage. Andrew Stossmeister on behalf of our entire crew tonight from San Antonio, Texas. Glad to welcome you in. The Rattlers have led by as many as 21. They're shooting 61% from the field. Eisenhower's one-on-one in the paint. Is he going to take a shot? He's open. He leans in with the right hand. The ball rims up and out. Rebound to Schreiner, and then it's taken away underneath. Eisenhower gets it back. Good job by the sophomore to win the basketball there for the Rattlers and have a new possession. Is Caleb Jordan saying, hey, all right, here we go. You know, I talked to Coach Jim Zelznick before the game. He said, man, you know, Caleb's one of our leaders now, and our older guys. He's been in the program a little bit longer than most. 3 to shoot from Marquise. He's got to get it off. Three-pointers up, and nothing but net on its way down from number 4 out of Houston, Texas. Oh, Marquise with a game-best 12 for the Rattlers. Lead it 46-28. Get some love out there on the bench. Schreiner has not had the answer. They've started to hit some threes. That's their 6th. And more coming. Alex De Hoyos, a sophomore to Friendswood, Texas, keeps it at a 15-point game with 1:54 to play here in this first half as McGee, maybe a big step there, able to keep it going. Looked over at the official and said, nah, come on now, that's nothing. Caleb Jordan stutter down the lane, gives it inside. The 6'11" Matej Gaspert is up and good. Senior out of Croatia. Caleb Jordan's 4th assist of the basketball game. 17-point lead restored as Schreiner just getting down. It's pop and shot right now as they've hit 7 threes in 15 attempts. That one good at the hands of Rindahl. And it's 48-34, 80 seconds to go. Rattlers try to close it out as Coach Z standing, peering on from midcourt as the drive by McGee right to a 6'11" Gaspert is up and in. McGee with his 6th assist of the game. Can the Rattlers get back at the other end? They cannot. Count it, and a foul. Nice take by Matthew Rindahl, the junior out of Kyle, Texas, for now 12 points. That's a team best on his side. And tell you what, Schreiner's been hot. They've hit 3 in a row. Rattlers have hit 3 in a row. But when you're St. Mary's and you're out at 21, you start the game 8 of 10 from three-point land. You kind of let some of that go. I'm sure Coach is not pleased on the other side with what he's seen in some of that regard, as that free throw is good. Visitors from Kerrville 4 of 5 from the line, 50-37. Rattlers lead it. They have not trailed. McGee, good pass to the free throw line. Eisenhower down the lane, stops on the right block. Shot is up, high on the window. It hangs. It's good. Eisenhower saying yes, 11 for him. Second player to double figures for the Rattlers. 52 on the board, under a minute to play here in this first half. See if the Rattlers can D up and play some defense. Awuzie, the freshman, all over the ball right now. Ball crossed over, tripped over there was De Hoyos. Tripped on his own feet, though. He waits, clock at 13. Kick to the left corner for three. It is up, it is short. Rebound, Marquise Houston. St. Mary's just got it. Rattlers come 2-on-2. Houston drops off to Awuzie, the freshman. And a ball out of bounds. It is off of Schreiner, says the baseline official. It's Dion Dowell who's down there, makes that call. Rattlers keep it. 24 on the shot clock. 2.9 second differential between shot clock, game clock. Rattlers inbound left of the hoop. They'll lob it high. Marquise has got it, and he is hounded, and that's a foul. Schreiner looking on as their first-year head coach, Marwan Okarabawe. Didn't think he liked it. He looks up. Didn't look for the replay. That was in the other corner for him. But the Rattlers now with it back. Trying to look for a quick no-looker down low. Poor pass by McGee. Turnover, number 9 by St. Mary's. Shot clock is off with 13 seconds left, and a timeout is called. 30 seconds to go. We'll stay right here as we look at the final set of sequences. Both teams really getting hot. The Schreiner Mountaineers, 5 for their last 7. Rattlers have made 4 of their last 5, but turnovers have really ramped up. There was a point they were at 2 for the first 12 minutes of this game. They've got 6 in the last 8 minutes. That's got to improve. And, you know, again, as a coach, you're trying to be patient over there for Coach Zelznick, who's in one corner of the bench and, you know, still in the face of his guys with everything that is going on. But it's one of those deals that they've got to find a way to stay better on defense and really find their way to getting back. You know, they got beat down court a couple of times. Schreiner hits some threes. You say, okay, but you need to have a good possession right here. You have time. The clock is stopped. You can set your defense. Don't give up an easy look. This is a great practice for that league schedule that we'll pick up and carry on here as December nears. Can you believe that we're there already? The end of the month is here, and the Rattlers are playing their first home game on November the 26th. 12 seconds. Here we go. Schreiner with it up top. Matthew Rindahl on a ball-high screen, drops it off for Binya, who is in the game. 3-pointers up, and it's good by Rindahl. Good defense. 2 seconds, 1 second. Turnover, a chuck. Holy cow, that's online, but a little too far by the left hand of De Hoyos. And Schreiner, who was down 21 at one point in this game, have found a way to cut that in half. They are down just 12 here at halftime. 52-40 is our score at the break. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll visit some stats. Also take a look at the upcoming schedule. The Lone Star Conference has a lot of stuff that's going on as well. We'll touch on that coming up on the other side. At halftime, St. Mary's 52, Schreiner University 40. This is St. Mary's Rattler men's basketball on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Scams, corruption, cover-ups. KSAT's defenders don't just track down those at fault.
We do more. We hold them accountable.
Depend on the defenders to dig deeper, to ask the tough questions.
And to get the answers you deserve.
Was there ever a point where you started having concerns?
You are not a charitable organization.
Months of investigation.
We'll take it on.
Confronting the powerful.
We're there.
Facts matter, and San Antonio deserves the truth. Expect the defenders to hold them accountable.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Welcome back to Bill McGreehey Arena. It is halftime. The Rattlers scorching in that first half, 63% from the field. As we welcome you back to Buddy and Anna Meyer Court, along with our entire crew. I'm Andrew Stossmeister. Well, the Rattlers go 11 of 15 from downtown and really shoot the ball very well. That allows them to kind of play some defense that needed work in the rest of that first half. Kind of the tale of two swords of, okay, great, you shoot the ball great, and you're up 21 points. Honestly, the game feels rather in hand at that point, but give a lot of credit to Schreiner, because the last 10 minutes of that first half, they come out, they hit 7 threes in 10 attempts. They do similar to what the Rattlers did, to at least cut it back to a manageable halftime deficit. They're down 52-40. Rattlers in that first half, 19 of 30 from the field. Of those 19 makes, 11 of them were three-pointers. But the big number I'm sure they're talking about in the locker room is 10 turnovers, and that was in the last 8 minutes of the first half where most of those occurred. That number has to be shorn up. And, these games sometimes you can lose focus in. You got a Division II team taking on a Division III program. The Rattlers are pretty high off of their 4-2 start, including their first 2 Lone Star victories last week on the road, one at Commerce, where not many people go up there and win very often, especially with what many feel Commerce will be able to achieve this season. That's an NCAA team in past years. You win there, and then you win at UT Tyler last weekend as well. It was a great start for the Rattlers. I know they were kind of chomping at the bit to come out, and they showed it opening the first half, making 8 of their first 10 three-pointers to go up at 1 point by 21 points, as we talked about. But that lead kind of got away and slowed down a little bit, and give Schreiner a lot of credit. They're shooting in 14 of 26, which is 54% from the field. They've hit 8 threes in the first half. They cleaned up their turnovers. They had 10 of them in the first 13 minutes of this game, 0 in the last 7 minutes, and that's what allowed them the opportunity to get back into the basketball game. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll look at the rest of the individual stats, a couple more notes for you, and also check the conference scoreboard in just a moment. At halftime, St. Mary's 52, Schreiner 40, here on the St. Mary's Rattler Network, provided by the Lone Star Conference.
champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Halftime at Buddy and Annemeyer Court here in San Antonio. Bill Greehey Arena, Andrew Stossmeister back. Rattlers by 12 here at halftime. St. Mary's 19 of 30 shooting in that first half, 63%. They're 11 of 15 from downtown. Scorching number for them. But on the other side, Schreiner, they go 8 of 17 in that first half, 47% from downtown, 54% for the game. Turnovers, even, each team with 10 of them in the first half. Individually, Marquise Houston's got 12 for the Rattlers to lead them, 11 for Eisenhower. Matej Gaspard is in double figures as well. He's hit 2 threes in the basketball game for his 10 points on the after evening so far. Jordan and Houston each have 3 rebounds, as does Dylan Eisenhower. Those 3 bodies, remember, they played a lot a year ago. They look like returners with experience playing on their home floor. The newcomers, McGee had 6 points and 6 assists. How about Kobe McGee, the junior out of right here in San Antonio, was at UTEP the last couple of seasons, comes up and plays well in that first half. Also saw a nice, exciting play from Emmanuel Awuzie, the freshman out of San Antonio, had a big first half as well. Had a rim-rattling block that really got the crowd excited, those that are here this evening. For Schreiner, 3 players in double figures, led by Matthew Rindall, the 6'6 junior out of Kyle, Texas. 10 points each for De Hoyos, and also 10 points out there for Paul Wells at halftime. They were led in rebounding in that first half by Pinter, who had 2, and then individual assists for a half of dozen players in that first half. There were no lead changes, no ties other than St. Mary's going out. They led by as many as 21. That was at the 9:39 mark, and that's when Schreiner got hot. They would hit 7 threes in their next 11 shots. It was a big deal, and it certainly got them back into the basketball game. That makes the score at the break look a little bit closer. The other number we didn't talk a whole lot about was rebounds, because there weren't many balls to be rebounded, in all honesty. There were 23 rebounds between the two teams in that first half. The Rattlers had 15 of them. Schreiner had 9 in that first half. So that was a number to keep in mind. The Rattlers wanted to come in and rebound a little bit better than what they had, as they try to look for their 4th victory of the season. We'll take one final timeout. Teams starting to make their way out for second half action. We'll get you ready for the second half on the other side. At halftime, St. Mary's 52, Schreiner 40. This is Rattler basketball on the Lone Star Conference Network.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Back here in San Antonio, Bill Greehey Arena. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Andrew Stossmeister. Glad to have you with us here tonight for the St. Mary's home opener. 52-40 at halftime. Rattlers are in front. Hey, fans, can't get enough of your Rattlers? Download the Fang Incentives Fan Rewards app today. You can check in, earn points, and redeem prizes. It's that easy. Available on Google Play and the App Store. Sign up now and show your Rattler pride. A lot of folks that got here. Taco Tuesday. I know the students, some of them, most of them on break. Those that are here, though, got here a little early, got a chance at some free tacos. That was a pretty cool thing. They're always doing different promotions here, so be sure to check out a Rattler basketball game this season at Bill Greehey Arena. This is the first of 13 for the men's side of things going forward. All right, let's talk about some changes here in the second half. Obviously, the big number that we talked about, the Rattlers got to get better with is their 10 turnovers. That was not a pretty thing to see from the last 8 minutes or so. You know, again, you get up 21 points, you start going into practice mode maybe a little bit, or you lose their focus. That can happen. That's one of the things you'd like to see St. Mary's do a little bit better. On the other side for Schreiner, give them a lot of credit. I thought they shot the ball well. They got to keep shooting. If they can get out and slow up the initial transition pass from midcourt, that I think would greatly help them. That's important for them to get back into the game here tonight. There are other games that are going on in the Lone Star Conference here tonight. You talk about the basketball side of things and how that all looks. Some women's finals from earlier tonight. Oklahoma Christian lost at home to Northwestern Oklahoma. Howard Payne over UT Permian Basin on the women's side. Commerce over Southeastern Oklahoma 70-64. Angelo State picked up a victory tonight by some 67 points over a Northern New Mexico team. Angelo's going to be good this year on the women's side. The men's side of things has UTPB over McMurray at halftime, 55-48. And then in our game, St. Mary's leading Schreiner 52-40 here at halftime. Those are the games that are on tap. There's a couple tomorrow. Cameron and Tarleton are playing tomorrow. And then Eastern New Mexico's out in Colorado taking on CSUP. Along with West Texas A&M playing in a tournament. The women's team here at St. Mary's, they get a chance to open up their home slate on Friday. UCO will be here for a non-conference game that'll take place Friday and Saturday. Get back-to-back Southern Nazarenes here at 4 on Saturday, so be sure to get out and watch your Rattlers in their first home games of the season. Here we go for half number 2. Schreiner starts with it first. They're in the maroon. They will go right to our left as the starters back out there on both sides. De Hoyos, Pinto, Reichert, Wells, and Rindahl. As that three is not good. Matej Gaspard has the rebound for the Rattlers in the white jerseys. Kobe McGee with it in front of his own bench, attacking to the right, patiently waiting for Houston. Now it's underneath to Lamont. Trailer inside. Good spin move over his left shoulder. He gets it, and he left it a little bit short. Good move. Couldn't quite finish for Lamont here in the game's first 30 seconds of half number 2. Left side to Hoyos with it. Onto the perimeter. Man-to-man defense for the Rattlers as the 6'11 Gaspard jumps. Not enough to take out Rindahl, who's got a game-best 19. And that's a good start for the visitors out of Kerrville, Texas. 60th meeting all time. Rattlers have won 49 of them, including the last 9 in the series. This is the first meeting between these two schools in 12 seasons. Left side, McGee with it. Off a screen to Eisenhower. Dillon, one dribble, waiting. Loses it. Turnover. That's Matej Gaspard, I beg your pardon, who turns it over for St. Mary's. Not a good start for Coach Z's group. He came up unhappy. Is that three up and in? Nope, it's popped out. Lamont Trailer, rebound. St. Mary's has got it back here at the 18:42 mark of half number 2. McGee floating one-hander in the lane is up and in. That will help your cause a little bit. Rattlers 63% for this basketball game as that one nearly goes out of bounds. Good save using the athleticism by Matthew Rindahl, who has had a big basketball game. Alex De Hoyos for 3. Rims up and out. Lamont Trailer the rebound. Out to McGee. Rattlers try to push. Jordan's left. McGee by himself to the right. The transfer from UTEP takes it to the cup and lays it up and in for 10 points. 56-43. Back-to-back hoops by St. Mary's as we got a whistle on the perimeter on the Rattlers. That was McGee's guy as he tried to come back and reach and got called for either kneeing the ball And I think that's what he did. It just went out of bounds off of him as Dylan Eisenhower checks in. Out goes Matej Gaspert, number 40. 21 in the gold numbered out there for the Rattlers. They lead it by 13. They've led by as many as 21. It was 9-0 before Schreiner got onto the scoreboard in the first 3 minutes and change. Underneath the leading scorer, Reichert. Left side, reverse layup is up, no good. Rebound, St. Mary's. Dylan Eisenhower's got it. Dylan coming down court. It's 3-on-2, and he throws it behind Houston. Bad pass, and that's a turnover. And Bubba Myers just trying to say, hey, come on. Dylan, it's right here. You just lay it up like this. Throw it to the big fella for the dunk. I think Marquise thought it was going that way, too. I mean, everybody that's on deck right now can dunk the ball. You know, a lot of athleticism. Caleb won't do it very often. Kobe won't do it a lot either, but both those guys, when the moment presents itself, will. Is Schreiner another three? Their 10th of the basketball game. That's not good defense by St. Mary's. And it's a 10-point game, the closest it has been. Really, tonight, since it was a 9-0 start, Rattlers go up in the first 3 minutes. McGee off a ball screen left. Crosses, feels out, right-handed fade is no good. Lamont Traylor rebound, putback is good. Good job by Lamont, but it doesn't look pretty. But it gets the job done. And you can just look at that shot as it was from Lamont Traylor going back and having the opportunity to stay with it after McGee, again, just trying to keep that pressure on and make life difficult. Rattlers in that first half, 3 of 4 from the foul line. Lamont Traylor, senior out of Las Vegas. Free throw is good. And the Rattlers push back up 59-46 on the free throw. Getting back, looking for their 4th straight victory. They are 4-2. Schreiner, 1-4 for the Division III program out of Kerrville, Texas, 62 miles away. Block right with Wells. Corner left for 3. Pinter is up short of the rim. Lamont Traylor, or Marquise Houston, I beg your pardon, has the rebound as he outlets it towards midcourt. Rattlers are trying to press. Pass is a bit sloppy. As they slow it back up is McGee with the ball right now, looking on. Where does he want to go? Kobe, a screen from Eisenhower. Pull up 2 is up, rims up and out. Rebound underneath Alex De Hoyos. The sophomore to Friendswood, Texas, has it for Schreiner University. Mountaineers with it. Underneath, they push, and nobody back at the other end. Credit to Chase Pinter on that finish, but a timeout it looks like is going to be taken. Trying to get that extra breather for first-year head coach Marwan El-Karabawi, who has had a good showing here tonight in San Antonio. 59-48 our score. We'll take a timeout. This is Rattler Basketball on the Lone Star Conference Network. 16:25 to play here in this first half. Rattlers in front by 11 points. Andrew Stossmeister back at Bill Greehey Arena in the home opener for St. Mary's. 4-2 on the year. Jim Zelznick in his 15th season now tonight, coaching in his 411th game. He's the gentleman down there kneeled down with a gray on top of him. And if you ask Coach Z about that, he just kind of laughs. He says, hey, I've been around this game so long, it doesn't even matter. I don't remember the last time it wasn't gray. That's his joke. And if you ask people that have been in this building with him, go back to the 80s, he still had gray hair, which I find funny. But I tell you what, him and Coach Meyer on the sideline, Bubba, a little bit frustrated as of what they're seeing. And, give a lot of credit. Shriner's hot right now. They're shooting the ball well. They're 2 of 6 in the second half from downtown, which may not sound very good. But when you make 10 threes in a basketball game, you feel pretty good. But at the same time, they knew Schreiner would come in averaging more than 30 threes per game. Got to keep that in mind. Got to have a little bit better perimeter defense. Out of the timeout, Wesley stripped on his way up. No foul is called. It's out of bounds. It's St. Mary's basketball in their own end. As Marwan El-Karabawi, the head coach, looking at the other end, saying, hey, I thought that was my ball. That was our team's with it as the Rattlers were looking to make a substitution. Now they changed it up. Zach Keller was almost coming in. He goes back to the bench. Lob into Caleb Jordan, 16 on the play clock. Rattlers by 11. 16:08 to play as Caleb fades. Jumper no good. Followed by Eisenhower. The sophomore is up and in out of Abilene, Texas. Dylan's got 13 points tonight. Rattlers back on defense. Schreiner with it. they have used all of their energy in large part on the offensive end tonight, as that's a lot of steps. But on the third one, there was a foul recorded. And right, Rindahl has had a big, big game. Again, he's the game-high scorer with 19 points tonight, and he's trying to find what works best for him. Media timeout with 15:52 to play, 61-48. Rattlers in front. Timeouts here on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Before the storm rolls in, expect the KSAT Storm Chaser to be rolling out. With our new mobile weather station, expect live storm tracking from both our studio and the road.
Expect updates and warnings straight from the storm.
And on KSAT.com, expect our roof cam to be streaming live. Protect your family with a new level of local team coverage. Your weather authority, KSAT 12 and the Storm Chaser. Expect more.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II.
15:52 to play here in half number 2. Rattlers by 13. They've led by 21. They hit 10 threes in that first half. They have hit none in the second half. Haven't tried, but they've hit 4 of their first 8 shots. Defensively, they've done okay, but they've given up 2 threes on the other end. Still wanting to see more. Coach Z and Bubba Meyer on the bench. Inbounds for Schreiner. Good pass underneath the feed. The find. Reichert. Shot is no good. Rebound deflected out of bounds. And it will stay with Schreiner. We'll take a look at that one because you go back to that replay. It was close. It looked like it might have gone off of the Schreiner Mountaineers, a Division III program. They instead get it in. Top of the key for 3. That is short. Caleb Jordan has his 4th rebound of the game for the Rattlers. And St. Mary's back to work. Caleb in some trouble. Has time. Gets it up court. Finds Kobe McGee. Kobe works the weak side right and tried to skip it on a bounce pass. Got kicked out of bounds by Matthew Rindahl, who keeps it in the end for St. Mary's. Clock at 15:34 to play. We're in the second half from Bill Greehey Arena. Rattlers have won 3 in a row. We've seen already some of the new Rattlers here in their first home game of the season. 5 of them have played. Jordan with it right now. He's a returner. Talented freshman a year ago. Sophomore lays it up and in. Caleb Jordan with 5 in the game. Caleb's the only guy that hasn't had a good shooting night. He's 2 of 7, but he's up to 5 points. He's got 4 assists and 4 boards. He is staying active in other ways. Rattlers back ahead by 15 points. Attacking to our left. Underneath over there is Alex De Hoyos as he hits the deck. Good move there by the sophomore. Working down the lane is fouled by St. Mary's. Cartlon Wesley picks up his 3rd foul. That's the team's 3rd in the half as well as Emmanuel Awuzie coming to the scorer's table. He comes in after the second free throw, or the first free throw, I should say. And Schreiner ready at the line. Shooting 2 shots. Alex De Hoyos here in this game. 10 points, one of 3 players in double figures. Again, both teams have brought their offensive game tonight here to Bill Greehey Arena. Ready for the 2 free throws as De Hoyos, the left-hander, is on its way. It is up, and it is no good. Just the second miss at the foul line tonight as Wesley goes out back into his place. Freshman number 32, Emmanuel Awuzie, out of right here in San Antonio. Real talented player here in this area. A lot of people have, talked about it in my short time here in the last few years. How good the basketball really is. You don't have to go far. You can, and St. Mary's will, but they try not to overlook some talent here. Houston, wide open, corner left for 3. Marquise has got 15, and the senior with his 5th triple and 5 tries makes the lead back out to a 17 points, 66-49. Marquise Houston, what a game he is having. Marquise a year ago, he got to see his range. It is real, real good right there. He's got great defense. Steal by Caleb Jordan. Caleb reaching out behind the back, throws it to nobody, and it's taken away by Schreiner. They've got somebody cheating at the other end. Layup try is up and good by Paul Wells. You can give the finish out there to Aries Frederick, who comes up with his 2nd assist of the game. But that was more, Caleb got a little too fancy. Great idea, but I don't think his teammates knew where it was going. 15-point game at the 14-10 mark of the second half. Rattlers have not trailed in the basketball game. In this non-conference game, Awuzie, no-looker down low. He's got Eisenhower and missed the reverse lay-in. Rebounded away by Schreiner. Paul Wells got it. Mountaineers trying to slow it up just a little bit. They have played well tonight. A team that is missing some of their top guys. Their leading scorer is not here. Missing time. Got a couple others as well as Awuzie gambles for the steal. He doesn't get it. Corner right, kick it out to a wide open player, but that might be traveling first. And it will be just stepping out of bounds. Regardless, it's gone as Frederick, the San Antonio native, missed that shot in the process, and St. Mary's will take back over. The last time mentioned it again, Schreiner won. You got to go back to 1995. That was before everybody on the court, minus the guys that are in coaching uniforms. As Jordan shot no good, does not get a foul. Alex De Hoyos at the other end. Pull-up three is good. My goodness. Alex De Hoyos 3 of 4 from downtown. He's got 14 points, and it's a 12-point game. And, if you're Coach Z, you're looking at the scoreboard going, all right, I'd like to get some other guys in soon. Right now, that's not even looking possible. Inside the lane, Houston takes it to the cup, laid it up with the right hand, missed it, but was fouled as he was pushed from behind by a couple of different players. Foul coming on Matthew Rindahl, the leading scorer with 19. He's 7 of 11. I mean, you look at Rindahl, De Hoyos, 7 of 11, 4 of 5. Paul Wells, is 6 of 9. I mean, there have been some guys that are shooting the ball very, very well. As Marquise Houston at the line for 2 shots. First one rims, up and out. First time Marquise has missed tonight anything. And that's the one number that when you start looking at it for St. Mary's that you might worry some. Again, tonight could come back, but at the same time, those are the numbers that have to be shored up for conference play if you're going to win, particularly on the road. Got to get those free throws to travel with you as you go, because you're not going to shoot the ball at 60+% like you are tonight necessarily on every given night. Trouble out on the perimeter for Reichert. Back out to Frederick with 9 on the shot clock. Foul is called first before the shot goes. It's on St. Mary's. Got, I think, Awuzie that time. Beg your pardon, Dylan Eisenhower. Team foul number 4. Rattlers by 13. 12:43 and ticking in this second half. Rattlers looking for their 4th straight victory. Schreiner looking for a huge upset. They have not led, though, in the game. They have not really cut it back under 10 as that shot is no good. Jordan the rebound. The chase to the other end. McGee is up and in, and that shot is good. First fast break points of the second half for St. Mary's, just their second bucket of the game. Schreiner's got 8. Got a little bit cherry picking, but in their respect, it's a good job by St. Mary's. They got their 2 fastest players out on the run and made it count. Lead restored back to 15 points. Clock at 12:07. Drive down the lane. Good move over there to the right hand by Urbina. His shot that time got blocked, though, out of bounds. That's how you use Awuzie. Big fella going saying, nah, not here. And that's a big discrepancy. Urbina at 6 feet. Awuzie at 6'7", and very long arms. As that shot off a set play is up and in. Nice job over there by Aries Frederick. He's had himself a real nice game tonight. 69-56. 11:50 to play. Rattlers in front. Their lead has been as large as 21. They have not trailed. Houston, McGee, Eisenhower, and Gaspard in double figures as that's a turnover. That's the 4th of the second half by the Rattlers. Schreiner, can they get the trade? Trying to play from behind. Pull up 3, corner right is up and in. Alex De Hoyos is hot, folks. Some guys come into the bigger arena. This gym is about 4,000 bigger, I'm told, than where the Mountaineers normally play. They have come with their best basketball. 10-point game again. Caleb Jordan up top. Awuzie. Bounce pass in the lane. Eisenhower working baseline. Not available. Kick back out. 8 to shoot. McGee slides right. Back to his left. Pull up 2. Fading left is up and in. And McGee to 14 points after having just 6 in the first half. He has had himself half number 2. He's got 8. 71-59. 10:43 and ticking here in the second half. Rattlers looking for their 50th all-time win against Schreiner University. That should have been traveling, but it's over and back at midcourt. As that time, Frederick unable to save it. Turnover, number 14 on the visitors from Kerrville, Texas. Time out on the court, St. Mary's 71. The Schreiner Mountaineers 59. This is St. Mary's Rattler basketball on the Lone Star Conference Network.
Scams, corruption, cover-ups. KSAT's defenders don't just track down those at fault.
We do more. We hold them accountable.
Depend on the defenders to dig deeper, to ask the tough questions.
And to get the answers you deserve.
Was there ever a point where you started having concerns?
You are not a charitable organization.
Months of investigation.
We'll take it on.
Confronting the powerful.
We're there.
Facts matter, and San Antonio deserves the truth. Expect the defenders to hold them accountable.
10:34 to play here in the second half. Rattlers by 12. Fans, the St. Mary's Rattlers would like to thank Raising Cane's, the official chicken finger of Rattler Athletics. You can treat yourself after the game by heading to their restaurant located at 7020 Bandera Road in Leon Valley. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Andrew Stossmeister. Good to have you with us in San Antonio as the alley-oop is short for Lamont Trailer. Turnover. Schreiner back at the other end. Check me three. It's up. It's too strong. And Lamont has the rebound for St. Mary's at the other end. That's a good job by Lamont. You can't give that up if you're a Rattler fan. The defense, you're up 10, but for things you're trying to work on, it just hasn't been great at times. Is Bubba Meyer doing a lot more of the talking with his guys. And, that's the one thing, Bubba's at the edge of the screen right now, but he's doing a lot more coaching. Z is the head coach, but Bubba handles a lot of the huddles. And, when you've been on the bench as long as Bubba has and spent his time now in his 19th season, he played on the court, understands the feeling a long time. It's that much different as Eisenhower knocks it down. He's got 15. Dillon had a big game in his first game of 2019 here at Bill Grahey Arena. And that's the one thing that I really respect, really cool to see about Bubba and Coach Zelznick. They get along with each other great. They've known each other forever. In fact, there was a time when Bubba was a little kid sitting next to Coach Z when his dad was coaching on the court. That shot is good. And in for Frederick. He's got 10. Fourth player to double figures now for the visitors from Schreiner University up in Kerrville, Texas. They've got one win on the year. They have not been closer than 10 most of this game. They're down 12 right now. Kobe McGee off a screen right. Crosses over, pull up three, hand in the face, and the shot is up and in. Kobe McGee with 17. He's got 11 in the second half. And the lead back to 15 points. Rattler still shooting the ball well over 56% in the second half. As that three is no good. Rebound Marquise Houston. Marquise with a good job to get over to that one and slow it up. That's a stop for St. Mary's trying to cool off Schreiner. They're 4 of 12 from downtown in the second half. Their numbers have dwindled just a little bit. Rattlers, meanwhile, have maintained as Caleb Jordan for three, up and out. Rebound Schreiner. That time is brought in by the big fella, getting his first minutes in Josh Berry of the second half. Berry's been in foul trouble most of this game. As that three is up and pops off the edge. Rebound St. Mary's. Lamont Trailer brings in rebound number 6. That's the best for St. Mary's. 8:17 to play. We're in the second half. Rattlers by 15. Defense is amped up a little bit. Eisenhower, handoff. Marquise, 12 to shoot. Waits, goes left, down the lane, finishes with his left hand. The shot is up and it's good. Count it and a foul. Good job by Lamont as he was going down the lane. And that time, able to finish it out. I beg your pardon with Marquise. That's a great job. He went right at the defender and went around him to avoid that foul. Third personal foul, meanwhile, coming on the other side, I believe. As Barry heading to the bench. He's not happy. Barry goes out with his teammate Frederick. Bonus free throw coming for Marquise as he looks over and they talk at the officials about what they want. And now they get it all straightened out. Again, one shot coming for Marquise. Rattlers, though, with a good, solid little run right here. It's what you want it to be like. Start putting it together, get a nice little run going. Houston ready. Free throw is up. It is good. And what was once a 12-point lead is now a 7-0 run. 8 minutes to play here in the second half. All St. Mary's at the moment. Three-pointer straight on. Schreiner hits their 13th of the game. Wow. Matthew Rindahl with 22. Had himself a nice game here tonight on the road. 15-point game as a whistle and a timeout is called by St. Mary's. Coach Z was not real happy, and he's letting Lamont Traylor know all about it at the other end. We'll take a timeout with 7:44 to play in the second half. St. Mary's 79, Schreiner 64. This is St. Mary's basketball on the Lone Star Conference Network.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
7:44 to play here in the second half. Rattlers by 15, but don't ask Coach Z. You wouldn't know that. He's let Lamont Traylor know. He's still letting him know as the timeout continues. Hey, fans, keep up with all your favorite Rattler teams. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. You can find us at St. Mary's Rattlers or search St. Mary's Rattlers for all the latest in the world of Rattler athletics. On behalf of our entire crew at Bill Greehey Arena tonight, I'm Andrew Stossmeister. Glad to have you with us for the St. Mary's men's basketball home opener tonight. The women will follow suit. They'll be here on Friday, take on Central Oklahoma. 4 o'clock tentatively scheduled for that start. There is a game ahead of that at 2 o'clock as the Thanksgiving Classic will be held here at this arena. The women are still playing that this year. The men are not, and a big reason for that, again, is the limit on the conference games. The conference going to 19 teams this year. That is limited some of the games that can be played in non-conferences. The Rattlers turning it over out of the timeout. That's not going to make Coach Z very happy. Got to be a little bit more disciplined than that. Rattlers trying to amp up their pressure on defense, but the women are looking for their chance. They'll be here again this coming Friday and Saturday, 4 o'clock both days for those two games. As that shot rims up and out, McGee's got it for St. Mary's. First time in the white jerseys for the Rattlers as Traylor goes for the flush, can't finish it. Rebound away to Schreiner as Chase Pinter has it back. Three-pointer by De Hoyos. He finally cools off and misses one, and that's rebounded away by St. Mary's. Man, the way Alex De Hoyos has played has been special. He's got 17, one of 4 players in double figures. 15-point game with 6:46 to play here in the second half. Eisenhower leaping a lob inside. Traylor with his back to the hoop. Spins left, gives it back. Eisenhower, 10-footer, up and in. And the Rattlers push back ahead. They've now got a 17-point advantage. They've led by 21 in the game. It was a 12-point game at halftime. St. Mary's, though, with some turnovers here in this game. 4 in the second half, but each one has got Coach Z not pleased, to say the least. Good ball fake inside the lane by the leading scorer, Rindahl, who's got 24 points on 9 of 13 shooting as he makes that one. He's had himself a big game here tonight. 81-66 our score here at Bill Greehey Arena in San Antonio. Traylor up to Jordan. Caleb with it. Ball screen. Runs left. Looks for his field down the lane. Leans in with the left hand. And the sophomore out of Midlothian, Texas, misses the shot, but he is fouled. He'll head to the line for 2 shots. Rattlers are 6 of 8 as a team. Caleb on the season has done a good job, plus 85 to 90% free throw shooter in his last 2 years. Right at the 90% spot. Caleb with his set and focused. Second tonight with 5 assists as the free throw is up and in. He was one of the best in the Heartland Conference a year ago. And we've talked about, the change and what that meant with everybody coming this year, that, St. Mary's now falls into a pod with teams that they are familiar with. St. Ed's is going to be in that, DBU, some of the best teams from the Heartland a year ago. And then, oh, by the way, let's add Tarleton in and International. Good luck, by the way. Have fun. 83-66. It's a fantastic division on the men's side for them, for St. Mary's. They're going to be challenged. They've already got a win against Commerce and a win against Tyler in cross-divisional action. 83-66. We'll have a 12-team division at the end of the year when it's all said and done, as that 3 is no good. Rebound to Wouzier for St. Mary's. Rattlers come back with it up comfortably as Caleb Jordan kicks the ball out. Houston tried to fake left. That time he got stripped by Rindall. It'll stay with the Rattlers with 5:27 to play. But again, you look at that conference tournament, it'll be the largest one the Lone Star has ever had. It'll be a lot of fun to look at with this group throughout the conference season. A couple more non-conferences are on tap, including a date with A&M Corpus Christi, Division I program, who St. Mary's basically went down and beat last year. They kind of let up in the last couple of minutes and did not win the game. It depends on who you ask, who you talk to. I think the Rattlers had a chance to win it. They had people in foul trouble. They ultimately did not, as McGee is hit. Three-pointer is no good, and Schreiner takes over. But that rematch with the Islanders coming up here in a couple of weeks, as that one finds its way down low. Point-blank miss underneath by Paul Wells. Got his own rebound, then stripped away by Dylan Eisenhower. St. Mary's pushing to Houston for 3, no good. Eisenhower, the tip back in is up and in. And Coach Z takes the timeout. We'll stay here this time. It's 85-66, 19-point advantage as everybody gets together. Coach Z trying to get everybody back in. He's a little bit happier, but I'll tell you, it's hard to find a smile on Coach Z's face. Bubba Meyer just kind of smiled a little bit, but again, Bubba's more the guy that's, if things are okay, he'll smile. He's the only guy over there that is wearing a coaching shirt, if you will, that might be willing to offer that up. We talked about it for the Rattlers. Coming up next, they'll take on Corpus Christi before they will return home here. It feels like it's going to be a while. It's not too long. December the 12th, Eastern New Mexico for more conference games. West Texas A&M as well on the 14th of December. And then the final game before the final 2 games before the break will be Bethany College here on a Tuesday, the 17th of December. And then on December the 21st, at St. Ed's, the first of 2 meetings between these 2 programs in the exciting Battle of the Saints. That should be a fun one this year, folks. Real fun. 85-66 out of the timeout. As the ball worked down low and an easy finish by Rindall. That was not good communication from St. Mary's in the zone. Try to wait down low, and that's what you're supposed to do. Just attack the zone, see what you can. And with Rindall, a lengthy 6'6" junior, he has got real good feet, very quick. He's got a game-high 26 tonight. Gets a chance at one more. Bonus free throw for him is up and good. 2 of 2 at the line. Rattlers, though, by 16. 4:33 to play here in this basketball game in regulation. McGee with it. Out to Awuzie. Back to Caleb Jordan. Ball screen to his left. Again, Schreiner has tried some zone. They got out of it pretty quick. Back to more man-to-man stuff. St. Mary's uses more clock. Eisenhower to Houston. That's his spot. Right wing for 3, and it's good. Marquise with a St. Mary's best 22 points here tonight in the home opener. Had a big game tonight as the handle at the other end. Rindall scores. My gosh. Kid has had himself a wonderful night. 29 points now on 11 of 16 shooting. He's hit 5 threes. Dylan Eisenhower with it out to Kobe McGee. A transfer from UTEP. Played his high school ball not far away at Brandeis High School. And the Broncos have had some good athletes in their time, haven't they? Especially in the last 10 years or so. As that shot is up and in. Emmanuel Awuzie, another San Antonio native with that shot and in. Good make by him. Rattlers by 19 points as both teams maybe just abandoning the defense. Coach Z standing, arms folded, going, okay, you'll see him. First-year head coach Marwan El Karabaway at the other end. He's been pleased. I think he's got a lot of good to see from his team. Rattlers are just sitting at 90 right now. That's the only problem. Rattlers put up 99 on Arlington Baptist earlier this season. See what they work with here is Caleb Jordan high off the window. The shot is good. Caleb wants his and one. He doesn't get it. Officials might be swallowing the whistles with 2:54 and ticking here in this first half. Don't forget, you can find all the post-game reaction on social media. Try to have Coach Z. If not, we'll have Coach Meyer. Have our Pizza Patron player of the game as well. Do invite you to join us for that. Find St. Mary's Rattlers on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it. It's out there. Just search St. Mary's Rattlers. Final timeout of this basketball game here by way of the medium. St. Mary's 92, Schreiner University 73. This is Rattler basketball on the Lone Star Conference Network.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
.239 to play here in the second half. Rattlers 92-73 out there for the visitors out of Kerrville, Texas from Schreiner University. Andrew Stossmeister back on behalf of our entire crew tonight. Glad to have you with us from San Antonio for the first time in 2019. The men are back here, as we mentioned, in December on the 12th. And then the game on the 14th, I did want to pass this along to folks again against West Texas A&M. That game is going to be played at UIW at Incarnate Word due to graduation being held here on that Saturday evening. So that the men's and women's games will be at UIW on December the 14th. 2:37 to play here in this second half. All Rattlers, they led by 21. They were up by 12 at halftime, up by 19 in the last 5 to 6 minutes or so. As Coach Z still coaching his guys up as the Rattlers trying to run a play right here. Just work on some things. They've gotten a lot to work on, and that's important. You know, Coach Z still knows they got a lot to go with. 5 seconds on the clock. Pass is late from McGee. Turnover. It's 15 tonight for St. Mary's. You know, that's a number that you really like to be under 10. 13 is reasonable in some of your home games. Schreiner gives it back with 2:01 to play. But, you know, Coach Z, you know, you try to run a set play, you know, with the game not in hand. You know, it's just trying to get that, you know, experience in game-like action. St. Mary's trying to do more and more of that. They came out shooting lights out, 8 of 10 from three-point range to begin this game. They're at 14 of 22 for the evening. 60% still from the field. You know, and when you shoot like that, you're going to win a lot of basketball games. It's how do you handle when you don't? It's Caleb Jordan. 2 more for him. He's into double figures. He is the 5th Rattler to reach that number. And it's 94-73. And Coach Z saying, hey, come on, still, stay with it. Still trying to stay out there. And as the Rattlers work some 2-3 zone, 90 seconds to play here from Bill Greehey Arena. The Schreiner Mountaineers with their first visit since 08 as Jordan can't quite get that one. Kicker into the corner for 3. Hutchinson no good. Rebound rims out. And Wouzier's got it for the Rattlers. Good job by 32 in his home debut. Dylan Eisenhower trying to work one-on-one. Gives it up to the big fella who goes for the two-handed slam and is blocked and fouled. And Bubba Meyer kind of looking up there at Coach Z. And I think that's where the two guys have a little bit of a disagreement. You like the guy trying to go for the dunk. Kind of have that exclamation point, but time just a little bit off, and Coach G, I'm sure, would like to work it back out and work on a few more plays as the free throw is up and in. You know, the Rattlers, they missed a couple free throws in this game, but they have come back and settled in. They've done a good job at the line, 9 of 11 now. 5 players in double figures. 5 starters are heading to the bench, so time now, Jerron Presley's back in, played some time in that first half. Get the first minutes for Terrell Harris, redshirt sophomore to South Carolina, who is out there for the first time tonight. He sees the deck. Colby McGee for the final 60 from Bill Greehey Arena. 95-73 turnover. McGee's got it. Tries to get it down court. He's got his teammate Harris at the rim, who lays it up and no good. 2 more free throws at the line. Coach Z, by the way, working on win number 223. I joked with him. I said, hey, you only need 55 more to reach second on the all-time list, held by Coach Messbarger. And then Buddy Meyer, of course, the all-time leader, as well as a 30-second timeout is called for substitution purposes. We'll stay right here, checking on the Lone Star Conference scoreboard, those games that were underway. First off, on the women's side, Northwestern Oklahoma beats Oklahoma Christian tonight by 20. UTPB loses to Howard Payne at home. Their men are up 4 points at home in their game over McMurray. Those are the only other games that are going on tonight. Commerce won earlier tonight by 6 on the women's side over Southeastern Oklahoma. And Angelo State tonight by 67 over Northern New Mexico. Some games, tournament action going on this week for some of these programs at this time. Zach Keller has also checked in, new Rattler out there, but right now it is Terrell Harris at the line, shooting 2. First one is up and good. He gets to be on the score sheet tonight. Good to see that for him. Comes the 10th Rattler to score in the game. Both free throws are good. 53 seconds left. Rattlers at 97. It's been a solid showing in their home opener. They only get to be home for a little while. Actually, the guys get a little bit of a break as this drive down the lane by Miles Moore is no good. Foul called with 40.5 seconds left. Rattlers next at home on the 12th, but they do get a little bit of a break. They get, I believe that they're taking the rest of the week off, and then back here Sunday. Get ready to go to Corpus Christi for the game next Saturday against the Islanders. That's I'm not sure if that game counts or not this year. If it's been the exhibition, the last few years. But tell you what, St. Mary's gave the Islanders a game they didn't want to have last year. 97-74. Rattlers do have to run a possession. Moore gets 1 of 2 at the line on the other end. As that shot is off the spots from Presley. Rebound away. Shot clock is off. 23 seconds left. Schreiner can get 1 more, and they'll get 2 more. And then a free throw opportunity. Starters are sitting for Schreiner now. And again, a lot of moms and dads made their way down from Schreiner up in Kerrville. Not too bad of a trek down. Only 62 miles, but I talked about it before. These two teams have only played a couple of times in the NCAA era of Division II. As that free throw no good, and then a rebound stolen away by Moore. He stays with it. We'll get another foul call. Try to wrap it up as Coach Z and Bubba Myers just kind of look at one another on the bench going, okay. Just kind of is what it is. But, the last time that Schreiner won, they've won 10 times in this series. It was 1995, and that game was in Kerrville. That's when both teams were NAIA teams. Since then, a couple of times at the NCAA level. This is just the 3rd time, though, that it has happened, and all 3 meetings have been here in San Antonio. Free throws are good at the line for Moore. He gets both of them. He's got 3. Rattlers don't have to shoot again. They have a 19-point advantage. Off on the last ball screen, 2 seconds left. Harris holds, and that is how this one will finish in San Antonio. The Rattlers of St. Mary's University win for the 4th straight time. They're now 5-2 on the season. Jim Selznick's 223rd win. On the other side, Schreiner falls to 1-5, a Division III program out of Kerrville, Texas. Big night shooting for the Rattlers. They finished 36 of 60. That's 60%. They hit 14 threes out of 22 attempts. On the other side, Schreiner, 47% from the field, but they turned it over 16 times. They just could not keep up with the Rattlers. They made 13 threes in 35 attempts. How about Pizza Patron Player of the Game nominees? You talk about it in his home debut, Kobe McGee, who has 17, but it's Marquise Houston who leads the way with 22 points on 7 of 8 shooting. Jordan had 11 points, 5 boards, and 5 assists. He was really good. Yeah, in this basketball game, a lot to see from him. And then Dylan Eisenhower, don't forget about him as good as he was here tonight. He has 19 points. Rattlers off for the Thanksgiving break. Don't forget to join us on Friday. The women against UCO at 4 o'clock. We'll have that right back for you on the Lone Star Conference Network. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Andrew Stossmeister. Thanks so much for joining us from Bill Greehey Arena. Saying goodnight from San Antonio. The Rattlers defeat Schreiner 97-78.